Alright everybody, welcome back to Big Boss Gaming. If you're new here, make sure to like and subscribe. It helped me out a whole lot. Share the content, especially if it helps you out. This video is going to be based around settings. And these settings right here will basically help make you a better player when it comes to Warzone, Resurgence, anything, the BR style gameplay. Let's talk about controller settings. Now, I'm on PS5. And I also use the PS5 Edge controller. If you don't have paddles on the back of your controller, I'm going to show you how to counteract that basically. Anyways, let's get into it. Aim input device. Obviously, we're on controller because that's all we have. Now, here's the key thing: edit button layout. This is where we want to go. I've got mine set on custom. You can also, if you're on a regular controller, bumper jumper tactical is perfect. Okay, this is what I used to run all the time. Let's see here, where's it at? Bumper jumper tactical. Oh, I didn't even see it. There it is. There it is. Bumper jump or button jumper tactical. I don't know why they changed it, but it used to be called bumper jumper tactical. Now, if you do have paddles, hit custom and set it up however you like it. The way I like it is to where I'm not having to move my fingers as much to have things go on. So, like with jumping, I want it L1. Uh, your slide and dive, I have mine set on R3. Interact, reload, square, swap weapons, the same. Fire weapon, aim down sight, same. Lethal equipment, I have it set to R1. I use throwing knives a lot. I do a lot of weird stuff with throwing knives, so R1 is very, very comfortable for me. Tactical equipment, I have circle. Sprint L3, which is not that important. You'll see why here later because I run automatic tac sprint. Melee, I have it set to X. Now, the reason I have it set to X is because, like I said, I have paddles. So one of my paddles on my right hand side is my melee. So I have my melee right there on my right hand side on my paddle. And then you get your regular ones. But I also, here's a quick little tip. As far as my jump, I have my jump set to L1, but I also have my paddle on my left side set to jump. So that way, while I'm ADSing and firing at the same time, I can hit those jump shots a lot easier. L1 button ping off, stick layout, default. Controller vibrations, personal preference. Some people says it bothers them, some people says it doesn't. Me, I just run it off. That way I don't have to worry about it bothering me. Trigger effect, obviously I want it off. I don't want my triggers bouncing around. Dead zone inputs. This is going to be personal to you. It kind of depends on how you want to play. So I have my left stick and right stick minimum set on 2. I like a very, very responsive type, but I don't want a huge relay or delay either. So 2 on my controller feels good. Every one of them is going to be different. Now, some people who have stick drift actually want stick drift on their left stick. And the reason for this is rotational aim assist. So their left stick is constantly moving, so they're getting rotational aim assist even though they may not be moving their left stick. Okay, so that helps them out. Now, left stick max, I have this set on 75, and the reason for this is when you see the red on the left hand side, I don't have to move my stick all the way up to get a full tac sprint. Right there where the red zone is how far. Let's just look at it right here. That right there is full sprint for me. So most of the time, if you wanted full sprint, you would have to push your controller analog stick all the way up. Mine, I don't have to. 3/4 of the way there, and I'm at full tac sprint. Okay. L2 and R2 button dead zones, have them set straight to 0, because as soon as I mash the L2, R2, I want it to work right then. Aiming. Horizontal, vertical is personal preference. Again, I run mine on a 6.6. My ADS sensitivity multiplier, I have mine set on custom, and I have it for a reason, and we're going to go over that here in just a minute. Um, so this right here, this is just, I leave it on default, just because I don't play third person or anything like that, but either way, the ADS sensitivity multiplier, if you don't want to customize it, 0.85, 0.80, 0.75, 0.70 is perfect. Vertical aim axis, I don't really mess with that. Tactical stance sensitivity multiplier, 0.90. The way I still don't have that real fast movement going everywhere when I'm ADSing on that. Or response curve type, dynamic. You need to set this on dynamic, 1.0 on the scale. Um, this is going to give you that um, rotational aim assist, basically, to where when you're strafing, it's going to really pull to your target. It's not as strong as Modern Warfare 2, but it's still very strong. ADS sensitivity multiplier focus 1.0. ADS sensitivity transition timing. You want it on instant because you want it to happen instant, obviously. Sorry, I get a drink of water. All right, custom sensitivity presumed. This is where I was talking about. It, to me, is very important because this is going to help me with my sniper rifles, my ARs, everything. So my typical ADS sensitivity multiplier, which is basically iron sights to no zoom at all, whether it's a precision sight picture or whatever, 0.75. Feels plenty fast enough to me. I can stay on target. Perfect. ADS sensitivity multiplier 2 to 3 times. I run at 0.80, so I can move a little bit faster even though I'm getting that 2 to 3 times. ADS sensitivity 4 to 5 times, 1.0, and the rest of them 1.0. Because I want to be able, if they're moving real fast and I'm ADSing on a sniper rifle or anything where it has a good bit of zoom, I want to be able to follow them. Okay, I don't want to lose them. Target aim assist, if you're on controller, it's good to have aim assist if you like it. I used to run Black Ops. I've swapped to default. I'm liking the default better. It just seems a little bit smoother. Um, there may not be that much of a difference, but it seems the default pulls to people who's further away, and with the Urzikstan being a bigger map, that's a good thing. Um, ADS aim assist on, third person ADS correction type assist, which I don't play. But anyways, motion sensor behavior off. I don't play with the motion sensor behavior. Now gameplay. This is important. Automatic tac sprint. I want to be able to tac sprint whenever. Whenever I push forward, I want to be able to run. This is where those ratty players come from. Is automatic tac sprint. Okay. Um, Now here's another one. Slide maintain sprint. I've been playing with this a little bit. So basically, what happens is if you slide and let that slide continue out, at the end of it, your guy will automatically stand up and go right back into an automatic tac sprint. I've been playing with it on, and I'm turning it off. I do not like it. And here's why. It got me killed last night. So basically, we had a team on the other side of a bridge. I slid on the side of the rail of the bridge. On the inside, the opponent was on the outside. Um, and by the time I made it to the end of my sprint, my guy stood back up and the guy just head glitched me. So, which I mean, it's my fault for not really paying attention, but still, at the same time, I don't want my guy just popping up when I think he's going to be staying down. Auto move forward, off, single tap for sprint, grounded mantle, off. I ran this on for a long time and I do not like it. Um, I thought that it helped a little bit. You might have seen in my last settings video. It's a little tricky. Once you get used to the grounded mantle off, once you've had it on, it becomes more consistent. You can basically jump through windows without having to stop plating and stuff like that. Once you get used to it, you will never turn grounded mantle back off on. Automatic airborne mantle partial. Um, Automatic grounded mantle off. Slide dive behavior. I have it tapped to slide. Okay, most people's running slide only, but in Warzone you want to be able, in Resurgence you want to be able to dive because a lot of those sketchy places that you can't get to just by jumping, you're going to have to dive and then parachute at the same time, and then you can make the jump. So plunging underwater free, parachute auto deploy. We definitely 100% want that off. Sprinting door bash on. Ledge climb behavior mantle only. Aim down sight behavior, hold, sprint, tactical, sprint, focus. Equipment behavior, hold, ADS plus melee for weapon mount activation. Now, if you want to, you can turn this off if you don't ever mount your weapons. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. It just depends. Tactical stance activations, personal preference. Have mine set to ADS and melee. Um, Interact reload behavior. This is definitely one that you want to have for Warzone Resurgence. Prioritize interact. What this means is if I tap, it's going to pick up stuff. Okay? Now, if there's nothing around me and I tap, I'll reload. But now if I'm around stuff to pick up and I hold it down, it'll reload. Armor plate behavior. This is another personal preference, but me personally, I like apply all, okay, because I use that armor plate as I sprint, and it gives me a bonus to basically my sprint. I can run faster. It's basically like running with nothing in your hands. ADS stick swap off, backpack control directional buttons, depleted ammo, weapon switch. A lot of people run this off. I run it on because if I run out of ammo, a lot of times I'm not going to quit fire, and as soon as it swaps over, I still got the button held down. Quick C4. The rest of this stuff is just, it's not really important. So let's jump over to graphics. This is extremely important to help you with lag and everything else. On-demand texture streaming, off. We 100% want this off. A lot of times when you have lag, it's because of this. World motion blur, off. We want that off. We don't want a bunch of blurry screens. Weapon motion blur, we want it off. Don't want a blurry screen. Film grain, turn this off. The higher it's turned up, the more grain you're going to get on your screen. Depth of field, off. Fidelity cast strength, or fidelity cast, I turn it on. This is going to make your images sharper, okay? I run mine at about 90. Sometimes I'll drop it down to 85. It just depends. Eco mode, turn it off. You want max power. 120 hertz refresh rate, on if you have the option. Field of view, 120. Now, if you don't have the option for this, it's more than likely your TV. I'm playing on a monitor that's hooked up to my PS5, so with the monitor, I have the option for the 120 hertz. Some TVs do, some TVs don't. Field of view, I play on 120 just because I'm on a monitor. Now, if you're on television, try like 110. 110 was really comfortable when I was playing on a television. I think I was playing on 55 inch. So 110 was pretty comfortable. It wasn't bad at all. Still got good view. ADS field of view affected. Weapon field of view default. Okay, because if you have this on wide, if it transferred over from Warzone 2, and it's on wide and your weapon's looking skinny and weird and you can't really see good to shoot, that's why. So make sure you change that to default and it'll go back to how it was like for Warzone 2. Third person field of view, whatever you want to put there. First person camera movement, 50%. You want it least. You don't want your camera shaking all over the place. Same way with third person camera movement, least, okay? Through third person camera movement, it's going to be like when you're in vehicles and stuff. Further flashbang, personal preference. This is all just personal preference. Brightness, I run mine on 50. Audio, not a whole lot to go over here. Home theater, master volume 100. You can copy that stuff if you want to. That's just for my headset. I'm running Turtle Beach. Interface. Now, there's only one important thing to go over, and interface, and that's color customization. So you can customize this however you want it. Me personally, I just kind of leave that default. But now I do change one of these. It was this one right here. It shows one of my squad members is red. I do not want that since my enemies show up red too, so I changed it to orange. Color filter. Run filter 2, color filter target both. World color intensity 100, interface color intensity 100. Okay, this is going to work on television, monitor, whatever. But mini map shape, square, map rotation on, crosshairs on. Now this is a big key feature that'll help you with centering. If you're not really good at centering, you're losing gunfights because you're staring at the ground and stuff like that when you come around corners. This right here will help you center up a whole lot. Turn your crosshairs on, go down to center dot, turn it on, and make your center dot scale largest, okay? That's going to give you where you can see that center dot very, very well, and you'll really be paying attention to it, and it will help you center so much. But other than that, that's about it. The rest of the stuff is just personal preference. Let me turn that off so stuff ain't popping up on my screen. But that's it, guys. I hope you appreciate the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you next time.